Hello Taurus, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for December 2020. It's Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is my last one. I've done all my December readings. I haven't done Cancer. Cancer, I get no views from you. You're probably my lowest view for the last year. I did have a look back, so I'm no longer going to be doing any Cancer readings. You can obviously check out your Rising, Venus, you know, your other placements that might be of importance to you. And to be honest, going forward, I am going to only start reading for the views and the likes that I get and the interaction, so that will just allow me to do other things or other readings when I find time, rather than sort of feeling obligated to try and get all the monthlies out when I get like 30 views. It really isn't worth my while. Taurus, this is your reading. I'm going to start with this card because there's real heavy energy here. I'm getting someone who is possibly a right bully boy here, or girl. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of aggression, so we're going to start here. Beauty and the Beast. You need some space in this relationship. You must free yourself from a controlling force. You have given away all your power and now you must take it back. In love, in friendship, in matters of the heart, people engage in games of dominance because of their upbringings or the stories in their heads. This thinking keeps them in fear. In this card, one person is influenced by the other and is attempting to appease a kind of tyrant. Her love is true, but her rose has thorns. This card cries out for you to consider a healthier form of love in which you remain true to yourself. Someone is leaning on you and his authority and maturity is overwhelming your own wisdom, which is more naive, fresh and innocent. Both have their place, but right now you may need to ask for more space in a close relationship. Symbols of attachment need to be released. There may be gifts or treasures that link you to others, chaining you to them. It may be best to return these. Mutual possessions and gifts are energetically binding and can be forms of bribes or blackmail, and I think that may be part of this reading. Overcome emotional tyranny by seeking your own connection to the divine and to love without the meditation or mediation of another person. Seek your own truth and your own power and rediscover your love for yourself. Awaiting you is a bliss that flows freely, lovingly, and without the price of tears and pains. This is someone who might actually enjoy inflicting pain on someone. And with this kind of energy here, it may even be physical. Parrot spirit in reverse and the bear spirit. I am getting like a physical dominance with the bear here. And with the parrot spirit being in reverse, this is watch your words. This is angry words. This is spiteful words. It can be rumors. It can be repeating, repeating information that someone's heard or spreading rumors about them. I'm just getting a really aggressive environment. Yes, doll. Because I wasn't sure if this was two separate energies at first, I checked the archetypes. I can't say I know who's who, but the parrot spirit came through as my athlete in reverse. And this is a misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. This is like strong arm tactics. This is someone who lacks morality, who's compelled to cheat to win at all costs. And that may even be, as I say, is physical. The Avenger in reverse. Resorting to violence in the name of a cause, victory over others. OMG. Now, with this combination here, the third eye chakra and she of the lotus, this is the third eye chakra. This is seeing beyond the illusion. This is seeing a sort of a dissonance between what someone says and what someone does. And seeing the shadow in someone else. This card talks about the shadow side, addressing our own shadow and seeing it in others. There may even be a desire to, look within and understand how you're attracting this energy to you, what it is within you that, is, inviting these people into your life, or why you're putting up with it. But this is using our third eye to allow our intuition to sort of unravel paradoxes, things that we don't understand. How will I know? Addressing, it is taking up the shadow side. It is, the parts that we don't like about ourselves, don't like about others, and trying to bring them into the light and you know, integrate them, understand them, so that, you know, we can deal with them basically. And look out for triggers. This may be someone who tries to trigger you, may try and trigger someone else. This may actually be the dynamic in your relationship. You maybe even do it to one another. And then it gets really heavy. It's getting really heavy. This is really heavy. Okay. Let me turn that down a wee bit. I'm going to do what shall I do? I don't think it's really love doll. But anyway, let's have a look. A wee bit of tarot. What does Taurus need to know for December? I did see the King of Cups at the base of the deck in reverse as well. So that's emotional manipulation. Emotionally distant. It's Taurus. What does Taurus need to know for December 2020, please? Oh, it's the Ace. I thought it was the King. It's the Ace of Cups in reverse. So there's no love. It's all fire. So it might be a very passionate relationship. Maybe this is how you interact with one another. Maybe you just love to fight because it gets your, you know, sexual juices going. But I really feel if that's the case, we're taking things a bit too far here, because it honestly feels really like uncomfortably physically harmful. This is a lack of self-love. So it might be a very codependent relationship. May not feel you can go alone with this person. Maybe they, you know, talk harshly to you or threaten you in some way. But there's no love here. Might be lots of passion, but there's no love. Taurus. Stop spinning. I'm not taking you to stop spinning. This deck always spins because you're so flippy. Four of Wands. So that's a celebration. That's a marriage. That is the family, the couple. And then King of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Swords upright. Got the Nine of Coins at the base of the deck here. This is basically like a loveless marriage, is what this is saying. The King of Swords in reverse can be a very cruel, very cold, very distant. I really don't want to pull another archetype. Let's just have a fairy. Why is he in reverse? It can also be a liar. Someone who just doesn't tell the truth. If anyone's going to be deliberately cruel, it's going to be an King of Swords. But either you're leaving them or they're leaving you. King of Swords in reverse. From the energy of the King of Swords reverse for Taurus. From the energy of the King of Swords in reverse for Taurus. Honesty. That's really nice. Yeah, see, this is the fiery passion that goes too far. It's just like uncontrollable. It might be even like uncontrollable anger. But it comes from a place of passion. But I actually think someone might need that, you know, to get themselves going, sort of thing. And then it gets completely out of hand, possibly. But there's some honesty. So he's not dishonest. Or he needs to be honest about, maybe this is self-deceit sometimes. This is addressing where we've deceived ourselves. And that comes back to the Lotus card, addressing our shadow side. This can also be a card of confession. King of Swords reversed. This honestly feels like a really toxic relationship. Oh, card down. Got the Pook, the Shapeshifter. This is about illusions. It's also about resolutions, attempting to resolve a problem. But there is a shapeshift. It might just be that somebody's moods shift very, very quickly. You know, 1 minute can be really cold and distant, and then there's an apology and a confession, and I'll change. Gotcha. This is like the Tower. Oh, I mean, this is just messed up. And I've got the feline in reverse at the base of the deck. That's like bitterness and being like really, it can be about being really sickly, easily offended, flying off the handle. So maybe somebody wants to be honest about some sort of illusion that's been created in their life. But this gotcha is big energy. This is the complete breakdown. This is a real rude awakening. It's I mean, it can be positive, you know. This might be someone really understanding their own psyche for first time in their life, and with that, you know, reassessing their entire setup. So it doesn't need to be negative, and with the Six of Swords, that's good. Okay, so the Six of Swords, we've got Jehovah in reverse and the Journeyman. Journeyman's a really lovely card. This is moving on. These are both cards of moving on, transition, getting to calmer waters, moving away from the Five of Swords, the fighting, the arguments, the possible violence, to be honest. And there's some sort of caution required here with Jehovah. Jehovah, when he's in reverse, talks about realistic caution. This is not imaginary fears. This is a realistic fear someone has, maybe of leaving a relationship, leaving a person, because I think there's fear here. And I don't see the other party. All I've got is a King of Swords. Where's my Journeyman going? Death. Ending it. This is it's a natural completion. I mean, with the gotcha, it might be more sudden, but this is you can't see the future here because it's veiled, obviously, but you know it's better than what you've got now. It obviously speaks of significant change and letting go of something that doesn't serve you anymore, letting go of something that has just expired. It's run its course. It's a loveless marriage. There's all of that, which I can't even be bothered saying again. But someone has a fear of leaving this and having a new beginning. Now, it may well be because there is some sort of violent partner and they're worried. I mean, honesty can be a card of fear as well. They're worried that someone, you know, there may be repercussions, put it that way. 12 minutes in, and honestly, that is your reading without the advice, which will be all important. Go back to the Four of Wands for me with the Ace of Cups reversed. Well, it's the Poverty card. This is a place of lack. This marriage, this home is loveless. Sorry, I'm fidgeting. It lacks love, basically. Someone just there's nothing nourishing about it. So we're moving on. I don't know who specifically. What's the Pook? Just show me what Pook's up to. Because he can go either way. And we've got to hear this can be someone like, I'm going to change, boom. We've got a message of concern. I'm trying to think the name of that in the original Kipper. It's sad news, I think it was. What is the message of concern? Oh gosh, it's official news. So this is a message that could come through, you know, from the law, from, like, you know, the government official, from a judge, from a lawyer, from a doctor, from a serviceman, military. But, oh my God, prison. If there's been any sort of violence here, there's a very strong possibility someone is going to go to prison for it. With this combination, I mean, this can just feel it's something that holds you, that binds you, that bonds you. That's why you need space in this relationship. This is this authority figure or person or partner breathing down your neck, exerting their dominance on you. That can also be what an official person is, even if he's not uniformed. He is very, very rigid. And this would be like the law stepping in, and you know, someone gets done, maybe even put away for a time. Imprisonment. Taurus, let's just say. A wealthy man. Because I'm not doing a spread, I need to see. Let me see. This can be, well, it can be anyone. Can be the King of Swords. I literally only have the King of Swords here, don't I? Yeah. So it could be the King of Swords. This is maybe you're connected with the King of Swords. This is a message you're getting about the King of Swords. Maybe someone who's quite wealthy. But this can also be someone's brother. It can also be the other man. But it can also be, if it's an official person, this can be like a bank manager, for example, a venture capitalist, someone who's connected with finances. Show me the wealthy man, please, in the Taurus reading. It's definitely financial. It's the King of Coins in reverse here. Someone might literally go bankrupt here or lose money. But there might have been some corruption here. King of Coins in reverse is corrupt. Official person. I can't say the same person. So 10 of Wands. This has been heavily burdened. This is just exhaustion. Someone is moving on. There is some sort of honest communication here, but with gotcha, it honestly could go either way. I just get the feeling with the Puck shape shifts, you know, goes in and out. They change faces literally in front of you, you know. The mask can slip very easily. And it's an attempt to sort of bring things in. But this is like, you know, a drunkard, for example, who is, you know, hideously cruel and violent when they've got a drink in them, and the next day they are so very sorry. Never happen again. Don't remember how it happened. Forgive me. I love you. And then boom, gotcha. There's something kind of twisted about it. But basically I've got possibly two different men here, or it could be the same energy. Let's have a wee bit of Lenormand, and then I'll... Okay, just give me future energy. I mean, someone does really want to move on here. This is all about that. And there is a realistic fear. What is the realistic fear for Taurus? What is the realistic fear for Taurus? I mean, it may just be a loss of financial security, or having, you know, literally nowhere to go, but the option is to stay in an abusive household or marriage. Jehovah. Anchor. This is your security, your stability, your livelihood. I can be feeling really weighted down, but the realistic fear is that someone might actually not have somewhere to go, you know? Oh, butterfingers today. This is anxiety. I do have a man at the base of the deck there, and one flipped. Oh dear God. Oh my God, that's just horrendous. I could weep. This is anxiety off the charts. This is like trembling, panic attacks. This is fear. But it's also, it's just high anxiety. Somebody may be troubled by gossip, but this is someone who's anxious about their own stability, maybe even their own mental stability, which would not be surprising given that setup. What's in the future for the King of Swords reverse, please? Where's he going? Home. Stars. Okay. This is being guided somewhere. Guided to safety. Guided to somewhere that's... This is a shelter. Can be obviously a physical home structure. It can be family. But the stars is wonderful here. So that would tell me, with the honesty card here, that it's this chap that is possibly dealing with, I would think, a shapeshifter. This could be two men that live together. That would make sense. I don't see any feminine energy here at all. But this is like some sort of, this is a place to go. This is a safe place to go. It can be about becoming really clear. It can be a spiritual home, like a church, or I don't know, anywhere else. You know, it can be a shelter. It can be, I think it's just getting really clear on a place to go. And yet there's an enormous amount of fear with it. Show me the future of the King of Coins reversed. Where's he going? Put them back in case I get any repeaters. Show me the King of Coins in reverse for his future. Where's he going? The Taurus. It is quite Taurian energy, isn't it? Don't know where he's going. He's in the labyrinth. He's going to the tower. Straight up, this person could be going to jail. Where's he going? Where's the King of Coins in reverse going? This might be an older man with the lilies here. This just got a feeling of somebody who wants some sort of sanctuary as well. So it might be the same person. This is someone, this is protection. Spiritual protection, spiritual home. This is also a religion. Can be going back to the past. Someone who goes back to their faith. Someone who's dealing with a lot of karma. The cross card is very heavy. It's a real crisis. Can be a crisis regarding an older man or show me the lily. Give me another one, the lily. See, I really can't tell if it's the same person, unfortunately. I wish I could. Stability as well. Someone who might be a bit of a gambler. I've got the dice and the clover. These are both cards of gambling and a little bit of luck. But both these men are in reverse is the bottom line. It can be father and son, you know, if it's a much older man. This would be the much older man. This chap would be the older of the two. This is like a long-term contract. A protection contract? The hell? Oh my god, this is getting crazy. Let's do tarot, and I think I'm just watching the telly. Give me the ring, the lily, for my king. Pathway, message of concern. There's the path, there's the pathway to go. Concern. The ring can be about cycles, something coming around again and again. It's in the labyrinth is not really knowing your way out of a situation, probably one that's been going on for quite some time. It can be someone that has, you know, would like to retire, but they're not there yet. Oh, I don't know. I'm sort of going off in tangents now. we've got a woman, mature woman. Journey at the base of the deck. Now this is usually a mother or an aunt or a female boss. It's not usually a significant partner here. This might be, you know, two brothers and a mother. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. The coffee's getting cold. Let's have a look for advice for Taurus. But Taurus, if this is you and you're in some sort of, you know, violent, you know, home, just whatever the cost, get out. Taurus. Taurus. What advice, please, Spirit, do you have for Taurus for this reading? Summer. That's just a timeline indicator. Oh, crikey, both. Gosh, all very similar colours. Right, so things are going to turn up, like, in the summer. So we've got a bit to go. But in the meantime, we've got winter. And this is a lone wolf. This is about going it alone. It's about not running with the pack. Excuse my nails. I've been painting. It's about looking after your own needs first and foremost before anyone else's. And if need be, doing it alone. Seeing things from a higher perspective. This can be a card of ego, in all honesty. It's trying to get a bigger view on a situation. That may be someone else. It feels like different energy again. Oh, I don't know your story. Ego. I'm just going to say in winter, because I've come across that first. Do everything you need to be at your best and move beyond fears and limitations. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within will sustain you through what may seem a very challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. That might be what that is, because the lilies can be about the past and it's quite heavy, and the cycles being the ring. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. And this is about now. And then the ego. Look at things from a different angle, fly higher and see new possibilities. Sorry about that shade. Ego medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential? If there are other people involved, you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that are not for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Okay. So someone wants to leave, someone's afraid of the repercussions of leaving, someone doesn't want to leave because they might lose face or lose money, and ultimately it's a horribly heavy environment where there may even be, if not possible physical violence, but there's most certainly no love here. And you know, I do a lot of personal readings and I speak to people, and you know, they get very clear advice about what direction to take, and for one reason or another it's too difficult to take that advice, and they don't think it's going to get any worse, and it does. Okay, so yeah. Okay, Taurus, that's your reading. Please look after yourselves. Bye bye.